Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how Amazon started as a small online bookstore, lost billions of dollars for years, and still became one of the most powerful companies in the world. If you
Wow.
enjoy learning about business, money, and real company stories like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Amazon started in a garage, and for years, it looked like a terrible business. Back in 1994, the internet was still new. Most people used it for email or simple websites. But one man believed something bigger was coming. That man was Jeff Bezos. At the time, Bezos had a high-paying job on Wall Street. He was working at a hedge fund and had a very comfortable career ahead of him. Then he discovered something shocking. Internet usage was growing at 2,300% per year. To Bezos, this wasn't just growth, it was an opportunity. So he asked himself a question. What kind of business could exist only because of the internet? His answer was simple: an online bookstore. In 1994, bookstores were everywhere, but they had a huge limitation. A physical bookstore could only hold around 100,000 titles, but an online store, it could sell millions of books. So Bezos quit his job, packed his car, and drove across the country to start what would become Amazon. At that moment, nobody knew this small idea would eventually change global commerce. From the very beginning, Amazon focused on one principle: make buying online easier than buying in a store. When the website launched in 1995, something incredible happened. Orders started coming in from across the United States, and then from around the world. Within weeks, Amazon was shipping books to all 50 states and dozens of countries. The company was growing fast. But there was one major problem. Amazon was barely making money. In fact, it was losing a lot of it. Investors were pouring money into Amazon, even though it wasn't profitable. In 1997, Amazon went public. At the time, the internet economy was exploding. This period became known as the dot-com boom. Investors believed internet companies would dominate the future. Amazon's stock quickly gained attention, but analysts noticed something concerning. Amazon's expenses were massive: warehouses, shipping, technology infrastructure, hiring. The company was spending far more money than it was earning. And yet Bezos kept expanding. Instead of slowing down, Amazon started selling more products: music, electronics, toys, clothing. To critics, this looked reckless. To Bezos, it was a long-term strategy. He believed Amazon needed to become the store that sells everything. By the year 2000, Amazon had lost billions of dollars, and many people believed the company would collapse. When the dot-com bubble burst in 2000, internet companies began failing everywhere. Hundreds of startups disappeared. Stock prices crashed. Investors panicked. Amazon's stock price dropped nearly 90%. Suddenly, analysts began predicting the end of the company. Newspapers called Amazon a money-burning machine. One magazine even asked a brutal question: is Amazon doomed? At that moment, Bezos faced enormous pressure. The company was losing money, the stock price had collapsed, and the entire internet industry was in crisis. But Bezos refused to abandon his plan. While critics said Amazon was failing, Bezos was quietly building the future. Instead of chasing short-term profit, Bezos focused on something else: infrastructure. Amazon invested heavily in warehouses, logistics systems, technology, and most importantly, customer loyalty. One of the biggest innovations came in 2005. Amazon introduced Amazon Prime. At the time, the idea seemed ridiculous. Customers could pay a yearly fee and receive fast, free shipping. Many analysts believed this would destroy Amazon's profits even more. But Bezos understood something powerful: if customers received faster delivery, they would buy more. And he was right. Prime transformed Amazon from an online store into a habit. Millions of people began ordering everything through Amazon. But Amazon's biggest moneymaker wasn't the store. It was something almost nobody expected. In 2006, Amazon launched Amazon Web Services, also known as AWS. This service allowed companies to rent computing power and storage online. Instead of buying expensive servers, businesses could simply use Amazon's infrastructure. At first, very few people noticed. But over time, AWS became the backbone of the internet. Today, thousands of companies rely on AWS to run their services, and this division generates tens of billions of dollars in profit. Ironically, the technology Amazon built to support its own website became one of its most valuable businesses. Today, Amazon is one of the most powerful companies on Earth. What started as an online bookstore now sells almost everything: electronics, groceries, clothing, streaming services, cloud computing. Amazon operates in dozens of countries and serves hundreds of millions of customers. And the company that once lost billions, it is now worth over $1 trillion. The company everyone thought would fail became unstoppable. Amazon's story proves something important: short-term losses don't always mean failure. Sometimes they are part of building something much bigger. While critics were focused on quarterly profits, Jeff Bezos was focused on the future, and that decision turned a small garage startup into one of the most powerful companies in the world. If you enjoyed stories like this about companies, money, and big business decisions, please subscribe to the channel for more finance and business stories. And I'm curious about something. Have you ever ordered something from Amazon? What's the most useful thing you've bought online? And do you think a company should focus on short-term profit or long-term growth? Let me know in the comments.